My name is Hayley Matthews and welcome to my soul session. One of the greatest joys that we have as Christians is seeing others come to know the love of God for themselves, to watch individuals finding hope where there has been despair, forgiveness where there has been guilt, healing for their wounds, broken hearts bound and vocations found as new disciples grow into the fullness of an abundant life in Jesus Christ. But for this to happen, first somebody has to share the good news with them, and we call this evangelism. It is not a specialist subject or a gift given to the chosen few. It is the primary calling of all Christians, and that means you and I. The first chapter of John's Gospel reveals just how important evangelism is and how different it can look. John the Baptist uses direct evangelism. He's out preaching about Jesus to all and sundry, beside the river, baptizing people in readiness, while Andrew and Philip use relational evangelism. They tell their brothers, Simon Peter and Nathanael. It might surprise you to know that only one of the 12 disciples was hand-selected by Jesus, Philip, in case you're wondering. The rest were evangelized by people they knew, saying, "Come and see." Evangelism can also take the form of testimony. Look what Jesus has done for me. Yet sometimes our lives are so transformed by Jesus Christ that the changes speak for themselves and people will come to us and ask what it is that has transformed us so. At times we do need intellectual evangelism, people with a wonderful love of grasp of the Bible, somebody to appeal to people's minds as they wrestle with their need to understand just who Jesus is and what it means to say yes to him. While for others it is purely through our acts of service that Jesus' love is known and shown. Perhaps invitational evangelism is our particular strength as we bring people to the events, the cafes, the courses and services that will share the good news with them without us having to utter a word, except in prayer. We can all be evangelists of one form or another, and the healthiest of our churches will have all of these forms of evangelism present amongst its congregation. I wonder which ones seem to describe you or your church. Christians are called to be a people of hope, creating spaces of worship and witness that are warm and welcoming, inviting others to taste and see that the Lord is good. We are called to care for others that they might know how beloved they are of God, and we are called to be open to God's Spirit moving in unexpected ways, desiring the good of our communities as we work in partnership with others for the good of all. This is evangelism. Without it, there would never have been 12 disciples, let alone a Christian church that has spanned the earth for 2 millennia. It is time for us to be excited once again about all the Lord has done for us, finding ways to share it in contemporary settings. It is time for us to create fresh spaces of spiritual encounter, worship that has been renewed and refreshed for younger generations, as well as strengthening the traditions of the faithful. It is time for those of us living distinctive Christian lives of freedom and hope to play our unique part in God's mission at home, at work, and in our neighbourhoods, visibly serving our communities and the world around us with joyful generosity. This is evangelism, and the time for it is now.